Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. I am your host, Michael Karvelis, and this is Daily Dive. It is Friday, March 27, 2026, and this show begins now. We are live streaming via the airwaves of North American Talk Radio on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel to catch out college men's and women's lacrosse this weekend, as well as college women's flag football, all courtesy of Illinois Wesleyan and, of course, North American Talk Radio on YouTube. On today's awesome show, it is an NLL Week 18 preview. First, we're going to talk the Gamble guy who is returning again after a really good week to get himself back on track and super positive in the best bets. We're then going to talk to Pat Gregoire, who will talk to us about 3 games, including the Buffalo-Saskatchewan game, all from a betting angle. And then Captain chimes in, fresh off a third safe ladder hit, to talk about 3 games as well, including the Roughnecks and the Desert Dogs. Stay tuned for all of that. Reminder, there's NLL merchandise found at natalkradio.us/NLL. We appreciate your support and all of that. We also appreciate Gamble Guy for being here as always. How you been, sir?
Little Mikey Karvelis. Happy to be here. I haven't been live on the air in a while. I was out of town, had some, things I had to take care of in the personal world, and happy to be back. First of all, boiler up. We're in the Elite Eight. Woof. On the last second tip by Trey Kaufman-Wren. And I have picks. I'm fresh off of 5-1. Mm-hmm. I'm coming for you guys. I'm the least informed guy on the show, but I went 5-1 last week. I'm ready, baby.
You're now 39-30 for the record. Very
plus
good.
9 unit. What do the real gamblers? What do the real gamblers say? It's plus 9 units. Plus 9 units. Very exciting.
We're very excited. They're very big. Okay. So I'm gonna obviously get to your other bets, but I wanted to focus on 2 of them. One of them I heard a great line from you before the show. Rochester Nighthawks against the Oshawa Firewolves. This game is interesting to pick, much less bet on. What was your take, and who are you picking?
This is the battle of who could care less.
Correct.
We got now Oshawa stunk, had to tell their fans to bathe. I think they did because they're on a 2-game heater. Rochester's on a 3-game loser, but still, I just don't trust Oshawa on that 2-game winner. I think that we know who they are.
Right.
We know who they thought they were. Or however that goes. So I think
who we thought they were.
I think these teams at the bottom half of the standings of the table, if you will, they seem to balance themselves out. So we have 2 bad teams. One's on a 3-game loser. One's on a 2-game winner. I think it reverses.
Yeah, so that would obviously be Nighthawks winning. So Rochester is on their 3rd game now with a new interim coach, at least. Something has not been experienced by many NLL teams, especially in recent memory. They just hired a new defensive coordinator, and I told folks it couldn't get much worse. So maybe they're and to be fair, they did kind of figure things out after the first quarter ended. The last game, unfortunately, you kind of had to play all 4. But I could see them winning this game.
When did they hire this defensive coordinator? Because they're going back-to-back 17-goal game. They gave up 17.
It was either Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Monday afternoon, actually.
They were in a bit of a shootout with Las Vegas. Now, what I find interesting is they were at 500. Mm-hmm. And now they're pretty much eliminated after they get rid of their coach. So the grass isn't always greener, but I think they bounce back tonight or tomorrow. I'm sorry, against the lowly Oshawa.
Sometimes the grass is greener. Oh wait, no. Okay.
True.
I appreciate that. All right, now One thing that surprised me about your best bets, and then we'll tickle the rest of them.
Woo.
The Calgary Roughnecks and the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. You're like, you know what? I can't pick a winner. So you went with what again?
Life is short. Always take the under, because that's where you're going to end up anyway. Under. Yeah, I'm 25.5's big. Now I know both these teams have eclipsed that total in their last couple games.
Sure.
But you know, I'm going to go to their goalies. Okay.
They're not good.
Not very good. Buke, but Landon Kell's 76%. And then Alex Bouquet, he's in the 70 percentile range. So you're thinking, hey, gamble guy, why the hell wouldn't you take the over? 25.5, I believe, is the highest we've seen this year in over-unders. Am I correct?
Yeah, and I think one time there might have been a 26.5. I could be wrong, but like that'll happen like last year. It does not. This is as high as it gets most of the time, and that's rarely.
Yeah, so I don't like that number being that big. That's what she said. Now they're obviously Vegas picks lines for a reason. So fire Sawyer, hire Hassan. I'm just reading the comment.
Oh my.
Yeah, they're going by averages. So, if you
hire Mike Hazen. I like that.
Oh, I thought it was Hassan. Just the way he
sounds
typed
good.
it. I mean, Las Vegas's home goals for, goals against comes right to 25.5.
There you go.
Crazy enough. But anyway, that's just a big line. That's why I'm taking the under.
Well, I've been on the under within the last 2 weeks, and I believe, yes. So I actually did that as well. And again, I've gotten burned by Vegas twice in a row, but I think this is a game where both these teams are playing for a little bit of pride. If they win, Calgary actually is still alive in the playoffs. Other teams like Oshawa can win, and still another team could win, and they're out of it. So.
Well, I want to say another thing too. So Las Vegas's last two went over the 25.5.
Correct.
But that was against Rochester. So
Correct.
If you look at the 4 games before they had a back-to-back with Rochester, all under 25.5. And you're going to see teams that a little more resemble what Calgary is going to bring to them. So I'm feeling confident. I don't care. I was 5-1 last week. I don't care. Cash me outside.
How about that? Your other bets, just run through them real quick. Again, that's what she said over and over again. Thunderbirds, Black Bears, and the Rush. I want to get your thoughts on the Rush game before we get you out of here. Big game, dude. Big game.
This is a heavyweight battle, and the two things that stuck out to me when I was trying to pick this game, because the Bandits are now being the Bandits, and I think the league's kind of happy about that. I think leagues need, the Dynasties. Evil empires, the Patriots. Yes. Yeah. But two things stuck out to me, Mike. The Rush are 6-0 at home, and they are about I think 2 goals better on defense at home. So that's when you have heavyweight battles like that, you're gonna need the defensive side. So I was, close. They were like 1.2 goals better on defense at home.
Right.
So that means a lot to me. I mean, 6-0 at home, 5-4 on the road. So if they never played at home, they'd be middle of the pack. They're at the top of the standings for a reason, because they have that home field advantage.
This was an overtime loss for them in Buffalo. So I'm not surprised if they pull out a slight victory and give you an easy one there.
That was Buffalo's turnaround game, I think, wasn't it? That's when they started catching.
Well, they had to lose to Philadelphia, but yeah, it was. No, but so your odds on that one are actually -142 on FanDuel. The other ones we talked about, Nighthawks game was -112 on CoolBet, and Calgary Vegas under 25.5 on multiple. Thank you for your time as always.
Well, I want to let you know, I'll do my other 2 games. I got a couple minutes. Ottawa's more of a gut feeling. They are +2 on the goal side at home. So they score 2 more goals per game at home.
Correct.
So I like that matchup there. And then Halifax is actually better on the road. The Wings are terrible at home. They're 1-5. So I don't know if their crowd doesn't get them jazzed up or what. And I'm looking at the Wings. They just lost 2 to Oshawa. Stinky Oshawa.
They were bad too.
Look, I know Hill's been a sieve lately for Halifax, but again, you're going into Philadelphia, who's, by the way, above and beyond the worst goal differential in the league, minus 35, and it's even worse at home, 1-5. There you go. Yeah. How many I got there? 5. I have 5 picks this week.
Yes, because the Rock Wings game is not available till Sunday, probably.
Well, I got 5 wins last week. Let's get 5 this week. I'll be back on the good side. I'm plus 9 units.
Have a great weekend, sir. I love this guy. He left us with a. I forgot what that means. No, I'm kidding. We'll be right back to Dilly Dive. When we come back, Pup Gregoire is here. What is that, 12 hours before his next show on OTCB? We'll talk about that and other things as well. You're watching Dilly Dive. Don't go anywhere. Week 18 preview continues.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening. You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
And igloos. Or cooking maybe. You're watching Dilly Dive. I'm your host, Michael Karvelis. This is the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet with a Week 18 preview. We just talked to Gamble Guy. Coming up very soon is Pat Gregoire. Couple of comments here. Halifax money line. Possibly that's what you're feeling, sir. Good morning, Mike. And okay, good morning, Utica. Yeah, that's what the proper thing to say there is. We appreciate you guys tuning in to this Friday, March 27th edition. There is NLL merchandise found at natalkradio.us/NLL for United States residents. It's not my fault, but whatever. So there's that. And reminder, how can you have the polar bears looking like this, like they're in shambles? It's very simple. You talk to Pat Gregoire, who's paid by the polar bears. How are you, sir?
Doing good, man.
I caught him off guard.
You did.
I should try that again.
No, we're good. Still doing my last minute digging here. Oh, there they are. They are. just got off a conversation with those polar bears. Still trying to do some digging, finding out some of the numbers coming up this weekend. But Mike, doing well, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. I love the black and white hat. It's nice. A nice homage to what's going to happen tonight with the primetime slot. So there you go.
There you go. I love it.
OTCB podcast. Subscribe on YouTube to that and other places for the audio people. All right. So 3 games for you, Pat. You take a record that sits at 36. That's a lie. I believe it's 39, 24, and 3 right now. You're the one odds I didn't update on my stupid graphic. Anyways, so that is a good record. Full transparency, we're gonna do a player prop later. There's another chance for a push, but we're gonna get to that last, okay? So we can do it after this game, actually. So Thunderbirds Wings in Philadelphia. The big T-Birds go in there. They keep playing good teams well. Oh, I'm sorry, Wings are not good. So with that being said, what's the thought process here? You actually have this game on your board, so that's good too.
I do. I have a couple plays here, and we'll start with that notion. And I think everyone, and for good reason, all this week are saying, well, the Thunderbirds are dead. That last loss has put a fork in them. They're toast. It's going to be impossible for them to get back in. Yeah, it is borderline impossible, but it is still possible for them to make the playoffs. They are on life support. They basically have to win out, or if they lose one game, they have to hope and pray that they get lucky with tiebreakers with only 8 wins. But that in itself probably won't be good enough. They got to win out. And if you're going to win out, obviously you have to have this one. And if you, let's say, have room for one loss, this ain't the one that you're looking to lose. So I think this team with back-to-back crushing 1-goal losses, we saw them lose to Toronto in overtime. We saw that valiant, epic comeback just fall short last week. I think you go 2 ways here. You pack things in, you give up, and you start playing for the future, or you dig deep, you continue to battle through, and you fight on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for this Halifax group for the future, they don't have their first round draft pick of their own for this year. There is no incentive for them to tank. They traded that to get Casey Wilson, who was just activated onto the evaluation list. So maybe there's a chance we might see him over the last couple of games of this season. They do have 2 other draft picks, though, in that first round. They're just not their own draft picks. So the way that they finish in the standings does not matter for that. I think after seeing the fight in the second half, the fact that they crawled back, the fact that they were being led by Cody Jamieson and Stephen Keogh and Clark Peterson, the veterans dragged this team into the fight. I think Halifax not only wins this game, but I think they win convincingly. I've got them -1.5, -103 at Coolbet. And let's be honest here, Mike, away from just what's at stake this week, historically, Halifax has dominated this series. They've won 7 of 8 meetings with an average of 3.37 a winning margin. So Halifax has had Philly's number. Halifax continues to have their number, especially in Philly. So I'm going to take the T-Birds to cover the spread in this one.
I love that. For the record, these are not polar bear odds completely, but they are. I took the best odds of all the books and put them on one graphic for us. But how are you feeling about the total? I feel like they could cover that by 3 and still this goes under.
100% it could. It absolutely could. I think it's just so Jekyll and Hyde with what we've seen from this Halifax team. I'm done with betting sides with them. Look what happened last week with Georgia. I thought we were getting a slow, grinded out slugfest, and they couldn't get a stop in the first half and couldn't score. And then the second half, they shut the door, but they couldn't stop scoring. So I'm done with sides. But if we're going to talk about totals, I'm going to take a total on a player, and I'm going to go with Clark Peterson. Man, he's been unbelievable the last few games. And it's not just the last 2, 11 points against Georgia, 10 against Toronto. He's actually hit this total in 4 straight games.
Woo!
He's actually got this in 5 of the last 6. I think the Polar Bears are being a little bit generous with just 6. I thought we were going to get a 6.5. So could be a push here, but I think Clark Peterson has a big night in the city of brotherly love. So I'll take the over 6.
This works for Mike Manley. It also works for a crime alert with the Polar Bears. Start those up. There you go. I'm sorry, man. So my thoughts on this game, I was just upset that the total was 21.5. I'm like, of course it was. Because I was feeling like I would feel really good if it was 22.5. But even on Coolbet, The line is 20. The total is 21.5. And by the way, the money line on Cool Bet is actually minus 161. I think y'all had that one way more right. I think minus 140s is ridiculous. Like, give me every bit of coin back that I can get.
You're looking for you're looking for what, 22.5? Is that what you wanted? You said you would bet that?
Oh.
Okay. Well, Cool Bet has an alternate line. So if you want the under 22.5, minus 141.
That's
is that good enough for you? All right, take it. Put it in. Lock it in.
Was it minus 141? I'm doing that right now.
141. Yep.
I will add that to my graphic after the show. There
you go. And if you want to fade, Mike, the over 22.5 plus 115, but don't do that.
Screw this guy. I love it. Wipe your glasses off, pal. That's a Shannon Sharp moment. Clark Pearson, I actually do like him hitting over. I'm scared to death of a 6 just for no reason.
That's beyond fair. I think he had more than 6 points in that fourth quarter for crying out loud. So,
there you go. For the record,
his goal total is 2.5. If you feel a little more comfortable with that, minus 122 for a hat trick.
He's got 25 more shots on goal than Randy Stotts this year. I think those over goals, I look at those like how much more shots you take than the next guy. I get confident with that sometimes. A little bit too confident, actually.
And Randy Stotts is probably not even going to be in the lineup as well. So I think it's going to be a heavy dose of CP24.
Woo! 2.5 goals, easy money. All right, Rochester Nighthawks, Oshawa Firewolves. I don't believe you're on a side in this game. But not to lie. I lied. See how this works? Love that. So anyways, Gamble guy, I feel like he watched the show yesterday because one of my narratives was, which of y'all does have pride at this point? Because we know that Oshawa, they're the team this weekend. Even if they win, they might still get screwed. For Rochester, they actually don't need a miracle to make the playoffs, but it would be nice to pray for one of those again. But like we said before, they might have used all their Holy Spirit or Holy Ghost on that one season. You also have to throw in the fact that, again, I think this matters for people that are betting the game. It might. This is their third game with the coach, their second opponent they've played. But Monday after the show, they kind of said, oh, we got a new defensive coordinator. Oh, but you don't seem phased.
I don't. I think that, and again, I hate this play. It feels gross. It feels icky. 3 straight losses. This team can't afford to lose this game, much like I said about Halifax. Like, everyone's putting a fork in them, including myself. Do I think Rochester's making the playoffs? No. But do I think that they have given up on this season? Absolutely not. They still believe in that locker room. And Randy Mearns has this group believing they can get back into this. And if they want to get back into this, they have to win tonight, because after this, they play potentially a Halifax team that also has, tomorrow night.
You're good.
They have
Halifax. Yep.
They go to Halifax, a team that also probably battling for their playoff lives. Then to Buffalo, a team that's playing much better than earlier on in the year, and they want to return the favor, and then a home against Georgia. That is an incredibly difficult stretch. So they can't lose this game. They are going to be the more desperate team. They have to be the more desperate team. I think we see Hutchcraft to start this game. So maybe for the first time in a long time, they're not down 4 or 5 goals before they even blink an eye. This one's gross. But I'm going with my gut. I'm going with my gut that we finally see a bounce back here from Rochester. We see the offense come to life. We see the defense improved a little bit more. Obviously, Bobby Keast isn't going to be able to completely put his fingerprints on this defense just yet, but a couple of changes here and there. I think Rochester gets this done. And if there is a positive from this stinky pick that I'm giving out here, the Nighthawks have not lost to the Firewolves since April 8th, 2023. Rochester has had the number of the Firewolves. And in fact, you're probably thinking, well, that teams look a lot different. Like, they're 6-1 against this Firewolves team, but man, they've changed over the last few years. Well, if you want to take that page, they're actually 3-0 since Alex Simmons and Ty Kurtz joined this Firewolves team. So Rochester has the history on their side. They have the desperation on their side. And I think they finally crack that losing streak, get back on the winning side. I'm going to roll with Gamble Guy. Give me the K-Hawks on the money line.
I've gone back and forth. This, by the way, the Rochester -112 is actually the best odds, and that is actually on Cool Bet. -104, even though you don't care. It's FanDuel, for those wondering. The total is 24.5 on Cool Bets, and even 24, but we'll buy a half point. Just be cute. Here's the thing, man. When I was handicapping the game with Captain about an hour ago, I was initially on Rochester. But I'm like, but Oshawa at home. Oshawa's not, it still has a good roster despite the game's not being played on paper. The one thing that bugged me about this Oshawa game, for their sake, if they want to win, I think Vegas was a similar team to Rochester when Oshawa played Vegas. And that game ended like 16-13 in favor of Vegas. I could see another shootout, actually. And it would not surprise me if Rochester gets the better of them. But, man, like, you got to hope and pray that, like, I do like what you're saying, because they don't rally against Vegas last week if they don't still care. And if people are backing Oshawa, they're banging on the fact that, once again, they're going to want to make a cute little run when they don't even control their own destiny, and they need like 10 miracles to get into the playoffs at this point. So I like your Rochester pick, man, but that's a lot of stuff going on there.
There is, and I thought about the total as well, Mike, like 24 at CoolBet for the over, -108. If you want to buy that half point to get it up to 23.5, it's -125. But we have seen times this year, I think you could argue these are the two most frustrating offenses in the NLL, because we've seen both offenses put up gaudy numbers before and can't miss. But then we've also seen other nights where it's just outside shot into a belly pad, outside shot
where the
into
Seals
a
come
stick.
into town and do what they did. Yeah.
And the offense has gone to sleep, and that's for both sides. So I don't want to get into that. God forbid we see vintage Doug Jameson pop in between the pipes, or Hutchcraft gets in and he does start, and this is his moment to prove that he's a starter. So that's why the total is a stay away from me. If I had to lean, I'd lean that over. But again, it's I'm just gonna go with Rochester, man. I'm gonna go with my gut, and I hate myself for doing it. Randy Burns, please prove me right, brother.
Former OTCB guest. 13-11 was my handicap, which makes me even more frustrated. We have breaking. There's a few comments that's going to lead to this moment. Max heard the siren and went and hid. That was my fault. CLL says, was Max mid-drink in the water bowl? And then we have live footage to actually, you've seen this, but live footage to actually get Max. Don't call FEMA, but this is like live in Captain's house right now. It's amazing. With the red tip like a crime scene. You make one mistake on the air and you're banished from the kingdom. It's unbelievable. No water for you. Not really.
As you're so mean to Max, as we're talking about that, I take a swig of my drink. Poor
Rub
pup.
it in, darn you. And for the
Poor
record,
pup.
the sign actually does say 10 to noon. So it's not like he's just going to be without water all day. Before you guys want to, hey, let's shut down Dilly Dive, the hate animals. Screw you. All right, next up, let's get to game of the year. Well, maybe if the Bandits had not gone on a hot streak, this wouldn't be. But hey, we're back. This game was actually played in Buffalo, and the Bandits actually won before the hot streak. So that gives me every reason to believe the Bandits are just going to walk into Saskatchewan and win, right?
Listen, Mike. Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, wow.
I was so tempted. Open up, cool bet here, looking at Buffalo Bandits plus 120. When are we getting that number again this year? When are we getting that again? They do play Vancouver next week, but it's at home. I don't see them being a plus 120 dog at home.
Nope.
Like probably maybe a pick'em game. Maybe they're a slight favorite. Well, with that being said, Mike, we've talked a lot about desperation. Hungry dog runs faster. I'm not saying
a long time.
It has been a while, right? It's hungry dog season, Mike. That's what
keep it in the chamber, man.
Or thirsty dog if we're talking about Maxi here. But Sask needs this badly, man. Like Sask needs this win badly, not just for the tiebreaker implications when it comes to seeding, but just from a confidence standpoint. We've seen this Rush team start to falter a little bit down the stretch. They haven't looked quite like themselves, losing 3 of their last 4. And in that loss was that soul-crushing or 2 soul-crushing victories in that same weekend. They need this win really, really badly. That's why I lean. It's like my heart, or I guess my brain, is saying lean with Saskatchewan, but my gut is telling me Buffalo because of just the value. I guess I would say my brain is I got that flipped. My brain is saying take Buffalo because of the value, but my gut is saying take Sask for the pure, just the story, the narrative, just what's at stake. With that being said, I'm not taking a side here. For me, I think the odds makers, it's so darn close. And I just think this is way too big of a game. The total, we saw low scoring, I think it was 21 exactly the last time these two teams played, but both offenses have capabilities to go off. So that's a no-go for me. At the start of the show, Mike, you saw me. I was typing away on the phone, trying to figure things out. Well, I was on the phone with the Polar Bears, and the odds haven't been posted yet, but I was able to get word and confirmation that a Ian McKay over 1.5 goal will be added at some point here today.
Whoa.
Minus 125. So I'm going to go with Ian McKay over 1.5 goals because in his last 4 games, including the finals last year, 11 goals. He had 4 already this year. He has played really well against this Rush defense. He has played really well and shot the ball really well against Frank Scigliano. I think we see a big Ian McKay night here if the Buffalo Bandits are going to win. He's a big-time player. He's a guy that loves playing in these big moments. The game's going to be on TSN with Cody Jansen and John Fraser.
They let Cody and John actually do it, finally.
Yes, TSN's picking up that game, that feed. It won't be, the whole TSN, NLL and TSN, but the TSN Plus feed is getting picked up on it, so it'll be added to the linear package. So
the fact
still counts as a TV game.
A big step, though.
Absolutely. I guess some inventory became available last minute, and TSN called the NLL and asked if they wanted to throw a game up. So
sure.
Huge pump for those guys. They'll kill it. I don't know. They're scared, Ronnie Mucks. I'm sorry, buddy. They're scared.
They had a couple of bad weeks again. Look, it was their fault.
CJ Kirst and what was it, Q? Both those cashed in the second quarter. Like, give me a break. Give me a break.
Come on. That's why we need the Polar Bear sometimes.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of bets to add. I'm not happy at this point. One of the things I wrote down was Ian McKay over 1.5 goals and Dane Smith over 4.5 points. Oh, But I also have the freaking Rush money line. I'm so torn on all this stuff. I probably have to reevaluate thanks to the Polar Bears at this point. Minus 125, right?
Minus 125.
Dang it! It's pretty good odds.
That is pretty good odds. It is
okay.
Pretty good
So
odds.
I might have to, real quick before I let you go, I might actually have to do that one instead of the alternate total with the Halifax game.
Okay, fair enough. I like it.
No, but I also don't want the Dane Smith and Ian McKay. I don't want to stack that up. This ain't fantasy football. Whatever. I'll take my loss.
Well, hey, let's be honest. If Ian McKay is going to tuck two, you got to assume those assists are probably coming from Dane Smith. So you are stacking it.
Smart.
It is a bit risky, but it's also a great reward too.
I know you're wearing the polar bear hat, but I'm not mad at it. Hey, this is a good. Do you like this point? Sowers against the Halifax interior defense.
It's a good point, Ron. It's definitely a very good point. I just don't know if Sowers is going to be playing or not because he's been injured in and out of the lineup. So, so there probably won't be a prop added for him just until at least the injury report comes out. That's why there's only a few players listed right now at Coolbet, just because of all the uncertainty with the lineup on both sides, to be honest. So
that's a cat emoji.
Oh, I love it. And while we're at it here, I've got the exclusive page pulled up. So our OTCB parlays for this week, Teddy cooked up Nighthawks, Firewolves under 24.5, Buffalo Bandits plus 1.5, and the Desert Dogs to win. That's boosted up to plus 485. And then the OTCB prop shop, Ian McKay, Adam Potra, Dawson Feed, all to record over 1.5 goals plus 550.
God. I'm making some call to some Canadian friends here pretty soon. I mean, what? That's illegal.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes. Do not approve of that message.
That's right. I forgot. You just turn the hat backwards for a second. I'm kidding. Thank you. God, how many drinks you have over there, pal?
I got water, got a coffee. That's it right now. Tea will be later this afternoon. There you go. Yeah.
Helping me,
buddy. It's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long night. Got to hang out with Teddy after the game. OTCB After Dark. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. OTCB podcast on YouTube. It should be fun. We're going to try something a little different. We'll break down the game. We'll open up the mailbag. We'll answer your questions, in the chat, almost like a post-game radio show call in. So we'll take your questions, your rants, whatever it may be. And then we'll start previewing the rest of the week as well. And of course, we'll give out some of our best bets, presented by Coolbet.
But they won't tell that to YouTube because
yes.
They're going to call it OTCB uncensored, but the polar bears got a little bit upset. Like, Pat's going to show us what? Whoa.
Yeah, we might need to switch from YouTube to OnlyFans.
Only polar bears. Thank you, sir.
Only pause.
I had to get him off before I got him in more trouble, folks. You're watching Daily Dive. When we come back, old El Capitan is here. I'm excited. You better be, because sometimes the heart wants what it wants, and when you're wearing when red is back, sometimes a week 18 money line just feels good. Yeah, we're talking to him about picks and also about ladders and all the good stuff. You're watching Daily Dive. Don't go anywhere. We're not done.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
back to Daily Dive. I'm your host, Michael Karvelis, saying we love that you are here. Oh my God, we got more dog talk. Pat says, my dog Rudy must have been watching the show last week. The second I signed off. Oh God. Oh goodness gracious. It's now time to bring in a man who's so good at climbing ladders, he lost count of how many steps he's taken. Captain, oh my.
I like that you're saying I've won so many I lost count. It's not the fact that I just can't count.
That's the trick to winning.
Yeah.
I love it. I just wanted to read this out for those that are wondering. So I'm going to ask that you check my recent tweet on Michael Karvelis on Twitter. I'll text it to you. Hold on. The reason I'm doing this with terrible TV here is I made a joke where I'm like, sometimes like, how far is too far? You know, my tweet says call FEMA because Captain is here. All right. But I have good news for you, Captain. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
If you Google what is FEMA, it's the Federal Emergency Management Agency. It's a government agency that talks about disasters and stuff. What is the one about the pets? Because what FEMA is a U.S. agency, so you're off the hook there. What is that one that talks about dogs, though?
I don't even know. Like,
and the reason we do this is because like Max is in shambles. This is live footage. This is like you have this double camera going on. That's what it looks like right now in your house.
Yeah, I had to shut him down. Too many complaints last week after the last show.
Easy, guys. Let's not
oh my goodness. Here. Whoa, got him on speed dial, these people.
Drop the FBI while you're at it. My God. I should have tagged the FBI anyways. Okay. Where are we at? Oh, NLL Week 18 preview. Good. All right, so the Georgia Swarm. What they're going to do, Captain, is they're going to go marching into Ottawa and beat up the Black Bears. Is that how you feel?
Not so much. Not so much.
Not so fast.
Yeah. Man, Dobson hasn't quite been himself lately.
Right. This dropping the government name at this point. Go ahead.
But
that's true.
84% save percentage on the season. But last two games, like 63.6 and 80%. Georgia's led in 16, 14, and 9 in the last three games. I don't quite think they're the same lock it down squad that they were a few weeks back.
Correct.
Then you go on the other side here. Higgins will be the big factor. When they played Vancouver, when they played Colorado, Higgins was 82 and 86% save percentage. Anytime Higgins is about 80% and above, Ottawa's winning.
W.
The other side of the Higgins is the inconsistency, and this is why. So when they played Calgary, when they beat Calgary in Ottawa, Higgins was 83.3% save.
Right.
When they lost in Calgary, he was 77.8. Wow. And then I'll bring up the same thing with against Vancouver. One game against Vancouver, he's 82% save percentage. The next game against Vancouver, he's 71. Yeah. So I think that's a big factor in Ottawa's and the outcome of this game here. Like, we already can see O'Connor and Keenan getting a little bit more touches, a few more goals. It's kind of been spreading the wealth down. Teat and Hellier are still going to be them. But if Higgins can stay about 85% save percentage, then Ottawa's going to walk away with this one for sure. And that's why when we were handicapping, I was saying, I got this one being very close. Ottawa taking it with a 1 or 2 goal game, especially with how Georgia gave up that big run last week, and Ottawa plays right into that style of play. They're never out. 2 minutes left, down 3, down 4. Don't count those boys out. So
correct.
If Higgins gets 85% and above, then, we might be looking more at a runaway train for Ottawa here. Okay, maybe I'm not giving Georgia the credit they deserve, but I think Ottawa's getting hot at the right times.
I agree with almost everything you just said, pretty much, because that's wild. Because the Zach Higgins thing, I was like, last year he was every game kind of like that almost. This year it's been like a roller coaster, but when he's on it, man, their offense can cook. Even if it doesn't, though, they can hold teams to under 10. And that's something the Black Bears never had before. So I do think that Brent Noseworthy and Callum Jones and the crew seem to be pretty viable options. Could they use another piece here and there? Yeah, we've said it ad nauseum, but they're pretty close. And folks, kind of like when Georgia, when they were favored against Vancouver. I'm not saying Ottawa's Vancouver. Ottawa has been pretty arm's length with Vancouver both times they've played 2 different games. Vancouver went into Duluth and beat the snot out of Georgia. Was not close at all. Georgia didn't even try to get in that game. And you think Ottawa could not beat them in their barn? You're full of crap. I think, again, we have a crime alert here. This is breaking news. The Polar Bears are upset that I've broken in again. Oh, quick siren. There it is. Max, be scared, Max. There you go.
I got the headphones on. He doesn't hear it this time.
PETA is upset with multiple things at this point. That being said, I actually like the Black Bears as well. I'm checking my... Yes, so I got the Black Bears. I did not put them on this game on my bet slip because of the fact that Georgia could technically still be good, but I know deep down it's like, okay, you're right. Georgia's last few weeks have not had a good defense, and no one wants to admit it, but Brett Dobson's third and fourth quarter was not the greatest, even though Devlin Shanahan did come in and was raw and not very good. But Dobson did his part in that comeback as well. Now, let's get to the Calgary Roughnecks as they will be traveling to Henderson. Let's hope they go to Henderson directly and don't go across the strip on the way, because you've got a take I didn't know existed at this point in the season. He's throwing heavy ladder at Calgary.
Yeah. This one here, I'm gonna go with I don't know if you want to call it my heart, because I love betting against Calgary.
That's what I'm saying.
I like Calgary in this position because they are all season. They've just played with this sort of idea that there's no stress. It doesn't matter what point in the game, what the score is. They're going to continue to grind out like week after week. Now you're going up against, Mitch Jones, who's red hot right now.
Yeah. And still thinks too.
Yeah. And Vegas is decent at home. I just, the way Vegas is with putting up, what are they? They're double digits the last 7 games, like 16s, 13s, 14s. Like they're putting up big numbers. And when they do, they're kind of shell-shocking a few teams. So I don't think Calgary is a team that gets shell-shocked. It doesn't matter, like I say, with
the Edmonton game checks out, but normally I'll put it this way, real quick before you go on to your point. Saskatchewan and a few other teams realize that Calgary, you kind of have to take your time until you can blow those guys out. It's not just an easy given.
Yeah, and
Vegas isn't Saskatchewan.
No, true. And Calgary did get blown out right away in Edmonton, but they did put up some numbers. Dobson came out in the last half, and Calgary was able to put up some numbers. And that's what I'm saying. Like that team, it doesn't matter. Like they just kind of keep like Cook and Pace and Dixon. Like those kids just keep throwing it down, and keep going. Yeah, man. So I like Calgary here in a sneaky, keep it close, don't get blown out. Walsh is another sort of part of this. He's similar to Higgins. Like if he can keep over 80% save percentage, the boy's got a shot. He's averaging 77 this season. But I'll take Walsh over Kells or Bouquet on the other end for sure in this game. Now, whether or not Calgary can keep that high-flying offense at bay will be the most important piece in this whole making captain's wish come true with the Roughnecks win here.
What are we in Disney World? Anyways, it's wild because I at first thought you were full of every bit of crap that comes out of your dog's butt. The more I sniffed it, the more I enjoyed it. Because I feel like...
Would you Shooter McGavin?
Like, you know what? Let me
I
smoke
ate
it.
pieces of like you for breakfast. And I smell them too.
That's right. So, people, you said something before the show that I wish you'd have said on air just now. Are we riding Vegas a little bit too much?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's a little bit of that going on. They kind of beat a Rochester team that was in shambles. And now everyone's, here comes Vegas. It's like, are they really going to get to 500?
Boy, my memory is shorter than Max's duration of taking drinks here. I was saying that I'm not quite sure if we were inflating Vegas's tires over the Rochester win when we should have been talking about how poor Rochester actually was.
Especially when they started the second game.
Yeah, and what's going on? Like their defense just quite isn't the same as it was. Their goaltending's all over the map. Their coaching changed. So I'm not quite sure I want to put stars and bonus points on Vegas for those back-to-back wins there.
But if you have like a bonus bet on DraftKings, you wouldn't mind it.
I'd probably still throw her on Calgary.
Yeah, so I'm of the same mindset now that I've talked to you. I actually have the under 25.5 in this game. So I didn't even pick a side. I believe in Aiden Walsh, man. And I said it. I'm learning after almost four full regular seasons of covering the NLL, which means I'm becoming one of the old heads. Hello. I just feel like the goalie's mindset is more important than we even give it credit for. Like, I've seen guys like that should absolutely be shelled like a Devlin Shanahan respectfully. Aiden Walsh does not really get that happening to him. And he has had every excuse to kind of take it easy. But he knows, sure, he's probably playing for his own starting job too. And while we may not think that's true, we don't know if he's the answer going forward. I'm going to put my gun to the answer that he is, but we don't. No one knows that. And I think he's playing like that. And just his numbers this year, again, 77.8 on what we think is a bad team right now, could be a lot worse in my opinion. And I think that's a credit to him based on what he's been through the last year. And again, like, people don't understand, like, these guys don't make millions of dollars. They do have every right to kind of, be disappointed and be bent out of shape like a regular human being would. Another thing for Vegas, it might have been Rochester, but to help our point with the under here, Tyson Bell comes in. Rochester's offense forgets how to play both games. And that, of course, is with the Bouquet thing as well. I said it before the show, but to you, I don't know if Sean Williams even knows who the starting goalie is tomorrow. But when he figures it out, we'll see what happens. And under 25.5, and I know I've been completely stomped in the face by this over the last 2 weeks. We're going to hit the under. You can't do 3 25.5s in a row and expect to do it again, or else you're going to have a problem and this will be reversed. They'll be in my house, Captain.
If we can hit 3 ladders in a row, we can hit three over 25s in a row.
I've been having bill collectors come to my house. We are representing Cool Bet. Stay away from me. All right, that's a cover. You guys thought the rants were only on Monday through Thursday. Okay, next game, Toronto Rock, Philadelphia Wings. This one, we know the odds are not out. I'm going to give you my take first real quick. I'm going to put my name in the basket of if this is a -1.5, I want the Rock -1.5. I am scared we're going to see a 2 at that point. I don't want to touch it. But I think this could also be an under in a way as well. I'm going to hope there's a 1.5. I don't care if I have to get a -190 to get it.
Yeah, this one's an interesting game. Those Sunday Philadelphia games sometimes are kind of like the Bermuda Triangle for some teams. They just disappear. Like
it's not like the Eagles game either, you know.
Yeah,
like lacrosse game.
Yeah, they're odd times. However, that being said, the Toronto Rock, at this point in the season, it's and I'll say this with a little bit of confidence, but I don't think it's even going to matter what goalie they put between the pipes. They have a very good system that can kind of lock out the offense from the opposite teams. They don't sway from their game too often, regardless if they're playing Saskatchewan or the Bandits or if they're playing, Philly or the Roughnecks.
Easy. You're right.
Yeah. The Rock are they just have this style of game where I think regardless of how bad a team is, like they're not really going to stoop to their level. They're just going to come out, play their game, get those rookies cooking, keep the ball out of their net. And yeah, like I say, if this spread is 1.5, I'd be all over that for sure for the Rock.
Couple of ladders might be getting the wrongs are going to go a couple of steps on those.
Well, I did say I don't really know what I want to throw my ladder on yet to start, but a part of me was kind of waiting until Sunday maybe because that's one of my most confident games, but we'll have to see what the odds are Saturday.
I love it. I mean, yeah, like there's a chance because I told people I also have a Dane Smith over 4.5 points. I don't think that's happening either. So there's a chance that my bet slip looks very weak. Like I'll show people the bet slips now since you're here, and I'll show the pick them on the other side when you leave. But there it is for our crew. Well, let's do the big version. Stand by. That's not gonna work. Hold on. You ever been on a YouTube show before? It's fun. So you'll see question marks by my bets. But first I got Rush money line. I've got the Desert Dogs money line against the Roughnecks. I lied, so I did have a side on that.
What's going on with these question marks?
Off too, man.
What do you got these question marks for, Mike?
Oh, the question marks are because in case those things are available, I will take them.
Yes. I see Rock's not available
confirmation from Pat when he was on the phone with the FBI, the Polar Bears, and they told him 1.5 goals for Ian McKay would be on there. I love that because that was one of my picks I wanted. So we know that's happening. I don't think Dane will have a 4.5. He might have a 5 or a 5.5. At that point, we're screwed. At that point, we're on our knees at Bet365 front office. I also want the Rock 1.5, but again, that could be another thing as well. Gamble guy, Thunderbirds, Black Bears, Nighthawks, Rush, and then that under 25.5 as well. Pat Gregoire, 3 easy ones here. I'm kidding. Thunderbirds cover, Nighthawks money line, and then Clark Pearson over 6 points at -115. What are some of your leans for your ladders right now?
We had the under 25 and
I did say this, Captain. Freaking Pat. It was on there.
There was the under 25.5. Calgary Vegas, I believe.
Correct, because there's a Rochester one is 24.5.
Unfortunately, I do like Oshawa +1.5 and Ottawa +1.5, and that's not because I'm going to the game. It's because I actually believe in Ottawa.
Yeah, nice boots. Are your boots ready?
Yeah, boots are ready, shined up.
Daily Dive merch is shined up too.
Yeah, got that fresh, washed up.
Unlike my seals. Please don't dry those for the record. I should have told you that beforehand. But the lettering of the username likes to rub off after a while. Just like hanging up somewhere, just for the record.
Thanks, Mom. I'll do that.
No, I got you. I got you, bro. You mentioned this with like the cat emoji there. I don't even know what that means. But
of course not.
No. I don't get none. So why would I know? I don't have any cats. Anyways, no, the reason I brought that up is because you didn't know what ladder you wanted there, pal.
Oh, easy.
Nice.
Jeez, I see you're not wearing hats no more. You puffed your head up so big they don't make that size, eh?
Well, when you're the first one to 40 wins on the best bets, you're feeling pretty good. Other gamble guy and Pat are stuck 39. It sucks to suck, boys. Is that true?
Got one more thing I want to, because I don't think I talked about this a while back. Come on, load, you son of a gun. It refers to Ron with his comments about Bet365.
Yeah, tell us about it. I'm getting to it. Oh, you found it.
We're both sad that they don't. Unfortunately, they don't have them. And he asked this question: How do you 1 week? How do you 1 week? This, that, the other thing. They are a very inconsistent book. We know this. We know that. The polar bears are probably the only consistent book with keeping
especially
things.
With player props, yes.
But do you remember March 8th? Calgary was playing Rochester, okay?
Mm-hmm.
To start that game, Calgary was like a plus 170 or something crazy. Halfway through that game, I get a message from somebody in my Discord, and they go, "Hey, man, like, I saw your bet was for Rochester. When does the game start?" And I was grumpy. It was halftime.
Oh, yeah.
And Calgary was winning. Calgary was winning, dude. And Buddy's like, "Hey, man, like, they still have the odds up on Bet365, pre-game odds for plus 170 or something." And so me and this guy are messaging back and forth, and we both go, "Well,
he has screenshots to prove this, by the way, folks.
Let's bet on it." Like, Calgary was up 6-7 goals at halftime. So we bet the money line halfway through the game. And bro, they paid out. Plus 170. I bet it twice.
I
bet
swear
it twice. I put up a unit, and then I was kind of like, I should bet more, and I was putting another $14 at it. Both, they paid it out, and then afterwards we're like, we should have put more money. But this is the odd thing with sports books, right? Like,
and with the NLL too.
To be so sleepy that you put the wrong start time of the game is halfway over, and you left the odds up pre-game, like, and then we bet it and they cashed it, man. I was like, I couldn't believe it. And we didn't talk about it right away because I didn't want them to come back at me, but that happened, man. Me and a guy bet halfway through the game at pre-game odds on a sleepy
I wanted to ask Pat Gregoire, like, which is he's in the chat, does it depend on, like, do all legally, do the books have to pay that, or does it just depend on the book? I don't even know if they realize they did it. That's the best part about that.
So
I don't know if they believe that yet.
If I'm not mistaken, Hutton Jackson had he had a thing last season where a sleepy book put up some stupid plus money odd. I'm more than positive he bet it, and then they sent him an email saying, "Hey, sorry, like,
I remember that
right odds." So they gave, instead of honoring the bet, they pushed it. They gave the money back. So in my situation, in all honesty, because I didn't bet like a crazy amount of money on it, it was probably your just above average sort of bet for that one. They probably just looked at it and like didn't even think I put it in late. Whoever cashed them out was probably just like, bam, done.
So but again, like, I don't know if Bet365 even knows that they did that.
In all honesty, dude, I think they were so sleepy that the next day, whoever was clicking, cash them out. Because the other thing on Bet365,
but no one knew that was happening though, besides y'all two, probably.
Yeah, because they don't like Bet365, BetMGM, DraftKings. I know for a fact that you sometimes have to wait 12 plus hours for your bet slip to be cashed with
Correct.
lacrosse.
Because of that reason, probably.
Yeah. If you bet like, NCAA, NHL, NBA, 5 minutes after the game's done, your bet's cash. But with these books being sleepy, yeah, it sucks that we don't get consistent player goals, different things like that. But we get some wild, sleepy lines, some weird things like that we can take advantage of. I thought a month later almost we could talk about that now that maybe they've all forgotten about it.
Yeah, well, now you've already bought 10 packs of cigarettes and a bunch of water for Max.
But yeah, 100%. Like Pat's right. There are T and C's for it, but that book was so sleepy they don't even know what they did.
I thought that was a perfect time to use this, though. I mean, I'm just saying.
I gotta go, man.
Yeah.
They're at front.
Yeah. The polar bears. There's a few that work at Bet365. That's how this works. All right, so. It might be the drug addict cousin, for the record, of the polar bears.
Hey, clip that one out for me then.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. Well, I'll clip my part of the reel, but I won't clip what you just told people. How's that? Oh, man. Please obey the law and remember to always read the terms and conditions.
I didn't know the game had already started, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just started watching. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know the game started. What?
What you talking about?
That's crazy. All right,
we're out of here.
Thank you, Captain. Stay safe. Have a great weekend. Boots on the ground in Ottawa. Tell Troy he's awesome, and Jeff Teat is the best player for any sport in Ottawa. You're awesome. Bye.
Have a good one.
Woo. Wow. Dirty laundry on the show. Who knew? It's not his fault. It's not his fault. All right. We come back to this awesome show. What a wild ride today, folks. It's time for Pick'em. And, of course, we'll revisit those best bets. I have to make sure I'm good after the show. Maybe I won't show that graphic again, but we'll do the Pick'em for sure. Right back to Daily Dive. Stay tuned, folks.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back to Daily Dive, the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talks on the planet. I am your host, Michael Karvelis. It is Friday, March 27th, 2026. We're not done yet. Earlier we had on Gamble Guy. Then we talked to Pat Gregoire. Don't forget to check OTCB After Dark tonight, following the Thunderbirds and the Wings. And then we had on Captain to talk about listen, at this point, he's just snitching on himself. Like, why would you post this in the chat? And why would I post this on the show? We are unbelievable. Who would do such a thing? Now it's time to get to our Pick'em and Best Bets. I got to make this decision now. I'll do it. I'm going to stick with my slip because I have a feeling the Rock and the Dane Smith thing will not be that good. So I will stick with the Rush money line against the Bandits. I do think the Rush will split the season series. I know both teams are trending in opposite directions. I know that Buffalo money line is very juicy at plus 120. I just feel like we're at a spot right now. The Rush have to view this game as the biggest game of their season, or a lot of people, including themselves, are going to be a little bit stuck. I'm going to stick with the doggies. This one's for Max and my good pal Bandit. Rest in peace, my boy. He said the golden water bowl in the sky. Wow, that's a bad joke. I got the dogs to win. I think I'm going to buy in. Give me the dogs are going to get to 500 this late in the season. I said on the narrative, we're going to roll with that. Don't tail that pick. That is your money, not mine. Calgary Roughnecks, Desert Dogs, under 25.5. I think Aiden Walsh is going to play well. I like the Dogs' defense. I'm riding the momentum there. Dane Smith, over 4.5 points, please. Ian McKay, over 1.5 goals. That'll be on Cool Bet tomorrow. Minus 125. I will gladly take that. The Rock minus 1.5, please. But I don't know if that'll be available. It probably will be at 2 or 2.5. Which, again, the Dane and Rock thing are not at those. I don't want them. So, Gamble Guy, who has a 39-30 record, Thunderbirds money line, Black Bears money line, Nighthawks money line, Rush money line, and then the Roughnecks Dogs game also to go under. That actually impressed me because usually I'll send him these odds and he'll just go with the money line, but he saw a big total and said, I'm going under like Australia with the CLL and all that good stuff. Pat Gregoire, IIJL, all that good stuff. Pat Gregoire, trying to reach 42 wins. To do that, you must get 1 and reach 40. He's got Thunderbirds to cover tonight. He's got Nighthawks money line against the Firewolves. He's got Clark Peterson over 6 points even. Thank you so much for tuning into that part. I almost went off without the picks here. Whoops. Tim Dillon is over 500. So he's been picking the dogs all season. This graphic is no different, even though big shout to Tyler Hammer Jackson. I remember Hammer Jackson in that Rochester game, like end of the first quarter, early second quarter, he gets his ankle and feet tied up, limps off, and then the second quarter is played by Connor Curse. Hammer Jackson comes back in the game in the third quarter, and I don't think he finished it, though. So that's not good. The reason I bring up that, because Tim Dillon and Hammer Jackson are buddies. Well, they at least know each other. But Tim Dillon has got back over 500, so shout out to him. We all go with the Thunderbirds. We all go with the Black Bears. We're also all going with the Rock. I differ on, me and Captain go with the Firewolves. Tim Dillon is with Rochester. That one I kind of went back and forth on. Bandits Rush, I'm with the Rush, but again, like Pat said, that's probably a more of a gut feeling than a smart play there. Yeah, I saw that because I reported it. Yeah, Hammer Jackson to the IR, which is why I brought that up, because he didn't look good, and figured that happened. But again, I went with the Rush. Tim Dillon went with the Bandits. That's interesting. Captain is going with the Roughnecks, and that is including his pick on Preston's pick. So there you go. I went with Tim Dillon and the Dogs. There you go. There's our picks. Tim Dillon is 7 games below me. I don't like the feeling of that. I guess I underestimated his game. Thanks so much for tuning in to the show, as wacky as it can be, especially on Fridays. We'll see you Monday for another overreaction of the NLL, this time for Week 18. But in order to get to that point, Week 18 has to play out. You have to have a safe weekend and meet us there on the other side. We'll see you then on North American Talk Radio's YouTube channel. Until then, have fun. Be responsible in all things you do, including driving and betting. This has been Daily Dive Week 18 is here. Enjoy. Bye.